Greetings, Mayhem fans. It's Mad Mike once again with your Minute of Mayhem. Now, I'm not going to talk about Raw this week. We all know what happened. Guys won, guys lost, matches were made, Heyman showed up, bullshit, whatever. I'm going to talk about TNA a little bit because I fell a little bit behind because of Avengers and all that stuff. And I had to watch 2 hours of TNA, 4 hours of TNA within 2 or 3 days to review them for the site. And I gotta admit, it's taken a toll on me. Especially these past 2 episodes of Impact were awful. I don't care what any of you guys on the show say. If any of you watch TNA and think it's improving, you are fucking delusional and you need to send me whatever it is you're smoking. This gut check bullshit just pisses me off. The open fight night pisses me off. Because if it's an open fight night and you can challenge anyone you want, why isn't everyone challenging Robert Roode? A, he's the most hated man in the company. 2, he's the TNA World Champion. Everyone should fucking be challenging him, otherwise TNA doesn't make any sense. Oh, wait, of course it's TNA. It doesn't make any fucking sense. On to gut check. They're trying to do Tough Enough. And they're failing miserably. To be honest, when they first said Al Snow was going to be the lead trainer, I'm like, okay, that could be fine. But then they brought in this kid, Alex Silva, who had a 2-minute match, couldn't even beat Robbie E, of all fucking people, and they didn't announce who the other judges were for this show while it was going on the open fight night. So, I mean, I thought it was going to be like The Voice where, you know, people are actually on stage watching the match and they judge it right away. And they say, you know what, either you're in or you're not. Which would have been cool. That should be how they do it. But no, instead, it's typical TNA bullshit. They waited till the next week to judge him, which already means the kid's on 2 shows. Then they looked at the match. First of all, you don't even need a unanimous decision to be accepted onto the roster. And thirdly, they have Ric Flair and Bruce Pritchard as the judges. Oh, it was just so fucking bad. They had a segment where they were watching his match backstage and talking about it. And Ric Flair was saying, this guy will never draw a dime, you know, bullshit, all that stuff. Bruce Pritchard was saying, oh, I like this guy, I've seen him in OVW. Well, the thing is, and they were saying, we're not judging on right now, we're judging on potential. I'm sorry, if you're going to give a guy a contract, you're judging for right now. If you're judging for potential, you say, you can't have it now, come back in a year or so. But they had the thing last week where they determined whether or not he had a contract, which, by the way, if you wanted to look up Alex Silva and find out who he was, the first week he showed up, before, you know, they made the decision, you go on Wikipedia, I already said he won gut check. Fine. Way to go, TNA. Another benefit of not being live. But, so they had Ric Flair say no immediately, Al Snow say yes. Then, before Bruce Pritchard gave his answer, they gave him a chance to cut a promo, like on Austin's version of Tough Enough. And the promo he cut, I swear to God, I've heard Big Freaky cut better promos on this show. Granted, he didn't know who he was addressing them to because he can't tell people's voices apart, but I've heard him make better promos on this show. And Flair was like, you know what? Oh, woo, you got it, you're in! Which, first of all, makes Bruce Pritchard's input completely useless because all you needed was 2 people. And I'm sorry, if you're doing this gut check thing, you don't have the first person get a contract. You make it look like it's difficult and useful to get on the TNA roster. You don't do it the first time. You grab a jobber from OVW that you don't want on the roster and have him not win, and then you say, well, I guess someone needs a bigger gut check than that, or some bullshit like that. But anyway, if you're watching TNA, stop. If you're thinking about watching TNA, don't. Go see the Avengers instead. That's what I did last Thursday. and it worked out in my benefit. Take care. Spike your hair, Point Break. Peace, bitches.